Good morning. I already had breakfast. There's some shooting going on up in the mountain. There's a guy behind me on this hill. He just waved. And I'm getting ready to go. I took my pain pills. I'm not gonna hunt this morning. I'm just gonna go to the truck, park some other place, and then camp there and hunt from the truck. I'm gonna stay at the truck. I'm not setting up the tent or doing backpacking or anything. So let me show you what I've done so far. I got all the edibles and only got like a plum and a couple of boiled eggs in the little cooler. Everything else is cans and stuff. Then the paper trash and the other trash, I put it in that plastic container where the water was. And the leftover water, I gave it to the tree, thanking it for giving me shelter. And I believe in sharing. Also, I got a bottle of that sugary water that I might just dump that, and I got a canteen full of water. So the sugary water is pretty much going to be, I'm going to dump it just before walking out. So I thought it overnight. I slept on it, and unless I come with somebody else that can help me drag a deer, and the chances of that are 0.1, because everybody I know that used to hunt, they don't hunt no more. And the only guy that wants to hunt, he can't because he's got a bum knee, and he can't even do what I do, which is not much. So the opportunities of hunting are good. This has been a very good season, I believe. I've seen a lot of deer come out, and there's still shooting going on back in there. I'm missing it, and that's what pisses me off, because I can't go back in there. So if I can't go back in there, there's no way I'm going to drag one out. Makes it a lot harder. So I'm going to say goodbye to the area. Oh, here's a little bird I was telling you about that keeps coming back and then goes down and gets some more water. Here goes the other one. They're like a couple. Oh, there's a bunch. And maybe in summertime, I'll see how I feel. Since I had that injury, maybe that's what it's all about. I'm already figuring out on coming back if I'm well. If I'm not getting better, then I'm not coming back. That's why I'm saying my goodbyes now. I'm also contemplating. I see a lot of people carry deer differently. I wish I could have gone down and interviewed them, but they were just too far. And a couple of guys carry them on their backs, like the deer is hugging them from the back, and the head is hanging on top, just dwindling there, with a flag on it. That's one way of doing it. Then I saw another guy that he tied the 4 hooves together, and he dragged it on this sagebrush right here. He was having a hell of a time. Very bad setup. He was getting caught on every clump of brush, and he was dragging the deer sideways. So I know that doesn't work. Now, for the longest time, I have a slayer, a deer slayer, but it's not for deer, it's for elk. The thing is very big and bulky. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it. It's very wide. I think it's 40 inches. I'm going to cut it to 30 and then put some new holes. But the material is very thick. I got to weigh it and see how much it is. If that could be used to drag the deer over the brush, then that would be a good system. The sleigh, it's okay for gear, but once you put a deer there, this is very thin plastic. It won't and it's all brittle and stuff, it won't take it. It's going to just sink down and it's going to have the same problems. So I have the perfect system, and I've had it for a long time. If you guys want to hear it, it's kind of funny. I told it to a friend of mine. He goes, "That doesn't work." And I said, "Yes, it does. But you need a couple of people." The thing is, you get very high compressed air in small bottles that you can carry, like a small oxygen bottle, and have a balloon, maybe 10 by 10 or 8 by 8, with a netting that hangs from underneath. You put the deer in the netting, you tie it down, you carry near the net to the balloon, inflate the balloon, and just lift it just 2 feet off the ground, and then just pull it. Am I crazy or what? Now you watch, somebody's gonna come up and say, "Hey, that's a great idea. I want to try it." Instead of carrying a backpack and stay up here, carry a bottle with a small hose and just, inflate the thing, and just when it's floating, just pull it, and you can have the deer complete. I'm always coming up with a bunch of inventions that I never patent. In fact, there are a few on the market already. Oh, I got the sun. Sorry about that. I got a few ideas that I came up with, and a few years later, boom, somebody patented it, and they're selling it. And that's the way it is with me. I got great ideas that I come up with, and I never do anything because I don't have the money to patent and do anything. I don't even know how to do the process. But this idea just popped in my head. And they're ideas for construction and ideas for hunting. And they're good, and they're working. Okay. All right, guys. Let me finish packing, and I'll do another video later. All right. See you on the next one.